All right, Roxanne.
Yes.
We just spoke to Chad Chronister.
Yeah.
And Sheriff of Hillsborough County. And before, I guess you mentioned it. Well, no, you mentioned earlier this morning, you told me about this crazy story.
Yeah, I actually emailed you about it late last night.
So before Chad Chronister even called, Roxanne had told me about a crazy car theft story. And Sheriff Chronister just brought up crimes of opportunity. And there's been a rash of this crap in my neighborhood in South Tampa. Mm-hmm. And thieves are not smashing windows in cars. There are enough idiots that are leaving their cars unlocked and open with stuff inside. They don't need to smash windows. They just got to lift up the door handle and go on in.
You mentioned South Tampa. I don't know all the details, but I know a friend of a friend who parked her car in the driveway, bringing groceries in. Boom, her car was gone when she came out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because she left the keys, she left it open.
But you have another story that's insane.
This one is more insane.
All
yes.
Right. Now, hang on. Let me just backfill a couple of things here. In South Tampa, where I am, there have been, like I said, a rash of burglaries. I know that in my neighborhood, there was a car that was unlocked, and the owner had a handgun inside. I mean, first of all, don't leave a weapon in your car. Bring it in your house. And then to leave a weapon in your car and then to have your car unlocked? That's insanity. So there's a gun on the street in my neighborhood because someone left it in the car and didn't lock the car. I know that these burglaries that have been happening, I know that some people down the street, they had like 3 unlocked cars. They had cash stolen. They had a bunch of like gift cards like to restaurants that were in the car. Just a whole bunch of stuff stolen. And then a couple of streets over, a neighbor of mine told me about this story. There was a brand new Porsche Panamera, right? Is that how you say it? It's not the. I always want to say Panorama. The Porsche Panorama. No,
Panamera.
Panamera.
Froggy knows.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's a Panamera.
No, it's Panamera?
Yeah.
All right. So this Porsche, it's like a $150,000 car stolen out of the driveway. Ooh. And apparently the key was inside the car. And because some people will leave their key fob in the ashtray or in the center console. It's like, what the bleep? So just some examples of these crimes of opportunity. Wallets, gift cards stolen, whole cars stolen, guns stolen. Do not leave valuables in your car, but do not leave your car unlocked. And for crying out loud, don't leave your key in your car unlocked. And now, like I said, in Beach Park, over the last year, there's been a number of these incidents. And they're crimes of opportunity. Don't make it easy for the bad guy.
I think every neighborhood has a warning at least once, twice a year. People just walking by, lifting car handles, going through the neighborhood at night when everybody's asleep.
Yep, that's what they do.
Well, this is a different. This panned out in a different way.
So 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, these crooks, they're going to neighborhoods and they're just lifting up door handles, seeing which dopes left their cars open.
Or mall parking lots, if not to steal the car, then just to rummage through the car.
All right. Well, anyway, Roxanne's got a crazy story. And this is a friend of yours?
Yeah, this is one of my best friends. I stayed the night at her house 2 weeks ago.
Where was your car?
Exactly.
Whoa!
It was at the scene of the crime.
Right.
Yes.
Tell us exactly what happened.
So she told me that recently
What's his friend's name, by the way?
Jessica.
Okay, it's not Kendall. It's not Kendall.
No.
Kendall. So you're actually using a real friend's first name.
I'm using a real name.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this is a milestone. This is breaking news. Breaking news on the MJ Morning Show. Roxanne's actually using a real friend's name instead of some fake pseudonym.
Well, this friend wants her car found, so.
Right. All right, so what happened?
So Jessica's daughter, Jessica's divorced, and her daughter, who's 19, borrowed her father's car because her car was getting serviced.
Okay.
So her father drives a Porsche 911 Turbo.
A Porsche 911 Turbo.
Yes. Fun to drive. I've
Those
driven
can be
those.
like $175,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like the cost of a house.
Those are fast.
So now I have to ask.
Yeah.
Did he buy it before or after the divorce?
Good question. I believe after.
Yeah,
but
of course he did.
Yeah. Yep. So anyways, she's driving her dad's car and she goes back to her mom's house, parks the car in the driveway. And by the way, this is in Dunedin. It's a gated community. And so if you know how
you
sometimes
think you're
people
all
think
safe.
right?
You think you're all safe behind those gates, huh?
That
Right.
aluminum gate.
So her mom, Jessica, told me that she said her daughter Olivia has a bad habit of leaving her keys in the car unattended because she just has a comfort level pretty much with where they live.
Right.
Like, okay, nothing's going to happen here. I know all the neighbors.
But in this
everybody's
case, it was not her car, her keys. It was Dad's $175,000 Porsche twin turbo 911.
911 Turbo. Yes. So it was taken right from the driveway, like in 15 minutes. So it was, obviously stolen.
Gone in 15 minutes.
Gone in 15
That's
minutes.
the next movie fringe. Not quite as exciting. Gone in 15 minutes.
All right, Lenny, listen, I'm at the scene. Take your time. We still have 13 minutes left.
Gone in
All right,
15 minutes.
yeah.
No,
Stopwatch is running.
But still, she pulls in, goes into the house, and the car was ripped off out of the driveway.
Just right out of the driveway.
Wow.
With Olivia, we think that someone followed her.
So
they see a young girl
driving an expensive-ass car.
Yes.
Now, here's the deal. There are car thieves. There are rings. There are rackets. There are gangs. There are like wish lists.
Mm-hmm.
They have cars that they're looking for. So a lot of these car theft rings, it's almost like they have an order form of the cars that they need to steal. So if they see them, they'll follow. So that might be exactly what happened. The criminals, car thieves, saw this expensive Porsche 911 Turbo, and, that's one we need.
Yep.
And they must have followed in. And a lot of these gated communities, if the gate's open, you can get right in.
Right.
You can just follow right
someone in.
Exactly.
It's pretty easy
And
to
then
get
on the way
in.
out, they open up automatically. When
Right.
to exit, there's no issue getting out. It's not like you're going to be trapped.
Exactly.
Caught in a trap. All right, go ahead.
So they stole it, and it showed up a couple of days later. They found it, and I don't know. I needed to ask how they found it, but I don't know if they tracked it or if she had stuff in her purse. Because, by the way, her purse, her wallet, her tote bag, her computer, all of it gone.
All gone.
All of it stolen.
So I'm surprised they found the car, because a lot of times there are two things that happen to these cars. The high-end cars that get stolen, and even cars like, lower price cars, like some of these Kias or some of the Camrys.
I've always heard that Honda was one of the top
me
selling
too.
cars because of there's so many of them out there.
Honda Civic.
And a lot of times it's parts. So let me tell you the two things that I've been told happen to these cars. When cars are stolen, they're either chopped up for parts, because a lot of times the car's value is greater, the sum of its parts, than the actual car itself.
Right.
Plus, you get rid of the evidence. You part the thing out. So a lot of times these cars are chopped. They take them to chop shops, and the quarter panels are taken out. Just the various parts, seats and this and that. And that's number one. Number two, on a lot of the high-end cars, a lot of times they're exported. They're sent to South America. They get put in containers, and boom, they're gone. And there are a lot of cars that end up in South America, or for a while, with the whole Ukraine war deal and sanctions and all that, I don't know if this has changed, but there were cars that were going to Russia as well.
I've heard that if you have an exotic stolen, you're going to see it in the streets of Russia.
Yeah, it might be floating around Moscow before you know it. So those are the two things that happen to the cars. So
And
I'm surprised, though, that the car was found.
Yes, I'll tell you that in a second. But Texter brought up a good point. A lot of the gated communities have common codes. So again, you think you're safe, but it's like it's the same code all up and down the street. All up in, in the same area. Anyways, they found the car at a gas station, and I said to my girlfriend, I was like, they took that for a joyride. And she said, Roxanne, you wouldn't even believe it. She said every single light, every warning light in the car was on.
They wrecked it.
They just
So in this case, maybe it was a joyride deal.
It sounds like it.
And they just lucked out by following the car and finding the keys left in the car. Don't have that false sense of security that I'm in a gated community or I'm in my driveway. No one's going to steal my car. They do. Oh, incidentally, I did follow up with the friend of mine that knew about this Panamera, the Porsche that was stolen in South Tampa. That car never was recovered.
Oh.
And I asked like a week ago.
Love that car.
The car never was found. It was like a white Porsche Panamera and gone. So that might have been a case where either that thing was chopped up or maybe just put into a container and sent to, South America. So sent to Colombia, to Medellin, man.
It's a shame.
At what point does this become a lesson for dads not to put their irresponsible 19-year-olds in $150,000 cars?
Yeah, probably.
You couldn't have picked up, a used Corolla or something?
Probably a good point. How old's the girl that was driving the car, Rox?
Olivia, 19.
19.
Olivia was 19.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best move to give a 19-year-old girl 100. Because Porsche 911 turbos, I want to say they're like 175 grand. Hey,
I'm on the website. They start at 114.
No, that's the regular 911 Carrera.
I'm telling you.
You got to go to like the GTS, GT3 turbo. All
right, so the GTSs start.
158, the Carrera.
171.
Well, that's the convertible. That's the cabriolet.
158, 160. It's an expensive car.
I'm going to sound ridiculous when
that's
I say
the starting price, but then you add some of the options. Boom. Yes.
I learned to drive on that car.
You want pinstriping.
Hold on. Let Roxanne. What?
I learned to drive on that car.
Yeah.
That's how I learned to drive because I wanted to learn stick shift. So that was a car my dad had. So in other words, I don't think it's bad to let your,
your dad had a 911?
Turbo.
A turbo?
Yeah.
I had a 92 Saturn.
Yeah,
so did Michelle.
Nobody cared about that. Nobody wanted to steal
Michelle had a 92 Saturn, SL2 or something?
Ooh, was it sort of that weird green color?
Yeah, that green color,
No,
right?
Michelle had blue.
I had the cool green.
That was a good color. I miss Saturns.
Yeah,
92 Saturn. Remember Saturn? That's where there was no haggling. It was all fixed price. They were the first ones to do fixed pricing.
It's great.
And, I went in thinking I was Mr. Big Shot. I was dating Michelle. This is before we were engaged.
Welcome to Saturn, Mr. Schnitt.
Yeah,
you sure you can afford these?
So I tried to go in and get Michelle a better deal. And they're like, nope, fixed pricing. That was my first experience with fixed pricing. That was at the Saturn of Virginia Beach.
Oh.
1992.
I love that car.
I wish GM would bring back Saturn.
So, Rox, that's a hell of a story right there.
Isn't
And the car, how much damage to the car? Have you heard?
I don't know how much damage, but, it was beat up.
I'm shocked, though, that the car was found.
Yeah.
That's what's shocking to me.
That almost tells you it's not like it definitely tells you it's not a big operation of car thieves. It's more crime of opportunity.
Yeah, tell the gang that stole it who's going to steal another car tonight. They don't care.
But I've been hearing more and more of these stories, and it always happens to people who leave their keys in the car.